Hey folks, there's something in my life that I've been dealing with, something in my professional life that I've been dealing with and trying to figure out my way through it. And I think at the end of the day, the crux of the problem comes down to shame. It comes down to shame as a prison, right? Shame as something that is absolutely keeping people isolated, hidden. It keeps them in hiding. It keeps them moving through that cycle of behaviors that brings the shame on in the first place. Now, I don't have a whole lot of use for shame in my life. It's sour to me. It's bitter. I don't necessarily see how it's helpful in our modern world today, to be honest, in some ways. I do recognize, though, that there is value to shame, that it has, in the past, and probably to a lesser extent today, been a source of correction. It's been an emotional source of correction. Shame's been with us forever. Right from the dawn of civilization, from the dawn of humanity, shame has been present, because shame is the idea that the people around me see me in a negative way. I feel like the people around me see me in a negative way, and I feel shame. And shame should generate a desire in me to change. Now, in those early days, when you were thinking, and I mean early days, like we're thousands of years ago, humans lived together in community, in families, in tribes, in clans, in small villages, in neighborhoods. We lived together as community. And every member of that community was required to pull their weight. And every member of that community was required to be there for the benefit of said community. In community, we found our safety. In community, we would take care of one another, we would feed one another, we would look after one another's children, we would get together to defend our community from outside sources. We were there for one another. And by being there for one another, our chance of living healthier lives was increased. Our chance of living longer lives was increased. In those days, when the community wasn't happy with us, it would be because we were doing something that was detrimental to the community. We were doing something that was literally harming the community, literally damaging the health of the community, physically, mentally, emotionally. And because we were damaging the health of the community may decide to pull away from us. And as a human being, we can't have the community pulling away from us because it reduces our chance of a healthy life. It puts us at risk. Because of that, we would change. The community is not happy with the way I'm behaving. The way I'm behaving is literally putting the community at risk, putting them at real risk. It's causing them real damage. The community is thinking about pulling away, thinking about ostracizing me. I can't have that happen, or I'm going to die, I'm going to perish, and therefore I will change. But what I see today so often is how debilitating shame can be. Not because a person is putting their community at risk. Those are still strong, probably healthy standards. But the shame we experience today, the shame that I encounter today in my professional life, is not one where a person has put the community at risk. The shame I encounter is where someone feels as though they don't measure up. See, the old standard, the old measurement was you're harming the people around you. That was the standard. And you felt shame, and then you changed, and that was a good thing. But today's standard, it's wildly different. Today's standard is much more about appearances, wealth, perceptions, I feel shame because I'm too thin. I feel shame because I'm too large. I feel shame because I'm too old. I feel shame because I'm too young. I feel shame because I eat the wrong foods. I feel shame because I drive the wrong car. I feel shame because my hair is, well, my hair isn't there, but my hair isn't the same color as all those other people around me. I feel shame because I don't play the sports that all those other kids play. I feel shame because I like doing things that other kids don't like doing. I feel, you get where I'm going with this. The standards that we use that give us an indicator of the health of our relationship with our society, the health of our relationship with our community, with our family, with our town, with our neighbors. It's wrong. It's gone off the rails. And because it's gone off the rails, shame has now been twisted and convoluted into something else. It's become a prison. Literally, it's become a prison. I feel ashamed, and so I'm not going to leave my house. I feel ashamed, so I'm not going to talk to people that love me. I feel ashamed, so I'm not going to reach out for help. I feel ashamed, so I'm going to continue doing the things that I've always done. I feel shame, so I'm going to hide. I feel shame, so I'm going to lie. I feel shamed, so I'm going to hope everybody forgets about me. I feel shame, so I'm going to create a new identity for myself. While shame may have a purpose in our societies, the way it's being applied today against the standards that we are using to measure our place within our community, it's causing harm. Those standards aren't real standards. How we look, how we dress, how we eat, we don't have to feel ashamed for that. What we believe, we don't have to feel ashamed for that. What we have, we don't have to feel ashamed for that. What we don't have, we don't have to feel ashamed for that. How many of the things in our lives that we think we need to feel ashamed about? How many things in our lives that make us feel shame, that make us want to stay away from other people? How many of those are real, true, and proper standards? How many of those are real, true, and proper values that we should be worried about? May the Lord bless you. May the Lord keep you. May the Lord's face be made to shine upon you and be gracious to you. If you're out there and you're feeling shame because you don't feel as though you measure up to the world around you, I pray that you will see the standard that you are using as a comparison for what it truly is. Amen.